Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We join our party outside of the Storm Shore Tabernacle. I've been talking about buying a pair of gloves for what feels like weeks now here on YouTube. And, well, since our quest is nearby, let's start our video off with that. This pair of gloves will be particularly strong on Astarion, who is able to do big, wide AoE heals, because every character in my party that he heals, he's going to be applying Blade Ward to, which is going to reduce our bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. All physical damage is going to be reduced on everyone that our healer heals. Could have made a few of those fights we did a lot easier. Wish I didn't wait this long to get it. But the wrong has been righted, and they are in our possession now. Of course, Astarion is not with us today. I thought I would bring Jaheria and Minsc to see an old friend of theirs from the earlier Baldur's Gate games. As always, if you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And let's get today's adventure underway. Just around the corner from the tabernacle is Candle Hollow's tombstones. We were told to go here from the deputy investigating the murders here in the city. I'll just go ahead and invite myself in, don't you worry. We've also been told explicitly what to look for in this building, so this shouldn't be too much of a surprise to anyone. But if you've never seen this before, you are in for a treat. Even if you have, I think things are going to play out a little different today, because we're bringing along the old heroes of the gates. There's a button behind the painting, which then moves the bookshelf and shows the cellar door. But how do you enter?
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all are embraced. None shall escape."
By the way, the symbol on the door that we see here has been found at every single one of the ritualistic murders that we have seen around the city. We can try a history check. Jaheria should pass this with flying colors. She was here. Come on, Jaheria. Come on, Jaheria. All right, Jaheria has no idea what this is. Luckily for us, we already know the password to get in, so she will speak it. Sicarus. That feels like parcel tongue speak to me. But here we are. Why didn't Lae'zel join us?
It seems things keep getting broken around here.
Oh!
You're about to get the blame.
Oh, I'd like to see you try to prosecute me. I don't know anything about that broken door, Lae'zel says.
The situation is quickly resolved. Clearly, you're not the one responsible.
She passed the charisma check. There wasn't a charisma check, but she passed it. Hey, Lae'zel, let's bring your sword back out, too. Now, this place is pretty disturbing for a number of reasons, if we're just being honest.
Quickly, then.
The first one you may notice is that there's a sign, a parchment for the Flaming Fists,
This way.
ushering them deeper into the hidden entrance. Why would the Flaming Fists be coming down here, I wonder? Chest over there, by the way. I don't remember what's in it. The tribunal antechamber lies ahead. And let's let Minsc go in first, just to see what happens. That which guards...
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
Well, we have one hand in our inventory. That's what they want to be presented with. One of the hands that was taken in the ritualistic killings. Funny enough, we just cut off Gortash's hand. He wasn't murdered like that, but I got it right here. You can have it.
A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the Dreadlord's trial.
And the door swings open. As we gaze into the murder tribunal ahead of us, we see bloody, grotesque figures, as well as a horned, armored man sitting atop a throne. Minsc enters the room.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returned to do his bidding eternally.
In years past, you brought this man low, foiled his plot to become a god. Now you stand before him once again. Sarevok Anchev.
Oh! Oh! Normally there's a ton of dialogue here. And you have to prove yourself to the murder lord and stuff? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so we're just getting started. They have old beef, and that beef is still fresh, it seems. Well, I am going to Hunter's Mark, the Echo of a Lacera on the right side. We're going to fire off 2 shots with our bow for a decent amount of damage. 17 on the first shot. We fire off 1 more and connect for 17 again. Then Minsc is going to fall back to the back of the room. Lae'zel is going to walk up. We are going to cast Hex on these same targets. And then Eldritch Blast the Echo into dust. Not quite dust, but we were getting there. Maybe I should have spread out a little bit more, but I was trying to line of sight around the corner. I will not tolerate impudence. This place shall be your grave. Oh, yes, there's definitely some emotion there. Some resentments he never let go of. We are going to cast Insect Plague on Jaheria in a perfect spot to hit all of them. Kalark is then going to move up with 1 punch to Sarevok's chest. Follow it up with another. I'm going to do a toppling flurry. And then a pushing flurry to move him back into the insect plague. Unfortunately, he was not moved. However, he did take a pretty decent amount of damage there. We're going to end our turn. Now, the Bloody Visages, all they do is step out of the plague and cast a high-level heal, returning 70 health to Sarevok. Following that, he gets placed inside of a sanctuary. Soul-catching prowess gave advantage on your next saving throw. I do not want to be slowed. Nice. Unfortunately, the guards at the door behind us have run into the fight as well, and Jaheria gets hit in the back of the head. Her concentration still holding for now, although admittedly less useful than it was a moment ago. She then becomes dazed as she gets hit with another hilt attack from behind. And now the Watcher of the Door enters the room and compels Lae'zel to duel him. Luckily for us, they did not pass that check. Now, I will not say that my party is optimized in any way right now, so I am slightly worried about being overwhelmed in some of these fights. Obviously, Kalark and Lae'zel are our all-stars here, and Jaheria and Minsc have just kind of gotten the hand-me-down gear so far. Our original target has been taken down, though, so we're going to move our Hunter's Mark onto the next Echo, and then Minsc is going to begin shooting down range again, dealing 16 damage on the first shot, and following that up with another 16. He's very consistent, isn't he? I'm actually going to action surge here just so I can get another round of attacks. And we are going to fire off again. For those of you that may be wondering, my Minsc is set up as a level 3 ranger, level 9 champion. Ooh, concentration broken. Was that on the sanctuary? No, he still has that. That's unfortunate. That will end Minx's turn right there, and he is going to move slightly off to the side. Yet again, I want him away from those guys coming in the main doorway. Now, we might be able to do a little something about this. Lae'zel is going to cast a slow of her own on every single target that we can see. 70%, which is every target. 70% chance on Sarevok, however, everyone else not looking as lightly. Here we go! Unfortunately, nearly every target saved, except for one moving in on Jaheria right now. Lae'zel's going to move up the stairs and just try to give them another alternative target that they can focus on. Since the insect plague isn't as useful as it was a moment ago, we are going to wall of fire these guys. And then I'm going to transform into probably just the largest, most space-occupying animal I can be. We're going to become an owlbear. And the idea here is I just don't want them to be able to walk by me. I want to hold this spot down as best I can. They might be able to squeeze by here. I can't quite tell yet. No, that's looking pretty good. And we'll go ahead and end Jaheria's turn. Now, Kalark was fighting Sarevok before, but because of that sanctuary, he cannot take any direct damage. So what I'm going to do is a bonus action disengage, and then just walk myself to the back of the room, and we're going to take down the final echo back here if I can. Bonus action dash to get me in range even more. This pathing is very strange, how it won't let me attack from... There we go, we can attack from here now. One swing does a lot of damage. Can we follow up with one more? We do. Now, every time one of these echoes dies, Sarevok does get passive benefits. And I believe he has a... oh, what's it called? I have this spell. What's it called? Mirror image. Yes, he has a mirror image that's going to be increasing his AC. So it's a little bit harder to hit him right now, but we'll be just fine. Kalark probably has a little bit more movement, so we're going to start backing him up. The sanctuary that Sarevok is in right now fades if he attacks. So I want to give him a target to attack. Now the guards do move past, and break concentration on Jaheria. They're trying to swing on Lae'zel, but so far the attacks are missing, and it looks like they're putting their weight behind these swings. 29 damage done to our owlbear right there. We're going to start to move around on Minsc yet again. Wow, none of these guys are squishy. We'll just start hitting the main guard. That's my main enemy that I could see from here. We'll put a couple shots in. Great crit. And then move back off to the side. Lae'zel, on her turn, is technically concentrating on a slow still. The main guy is slowed, the witch guards. Or does he just have the most HP? I actually don't know who the main door attendant was. But he's slowed. Let me start swinging into this guy next to me. Unfortunately, I can't recast my Hex because we already have a concentration. But because we have a concentration, we still get bonus damage on each and every swing. So 3 swings into the Witch Lurks will do it for Lae'zel's turn. She's going to end it right there. Sarevok turns to the side, jumps towards Minsc, and swings into his back. That means the sanctuary is gone. He can shield himself to dodge some of that damage, but the next swing and the next swing, they just keep on coming. We're going to see Jaheria turn around and swing onto the Witch Lurks yet again. Try to deal as much damage as we can to this target, unfortunately pushing him back a little bit out of our range. Oh, Kalark doesn't have a great chance of landing this attack, but he runs forward nonetheless. It misses. The next does not. What about a toppling? One of them connects. Try again, Kalark. Hey, not too bad at all. 68 HP remaining on Sarevok right now. We then see Jaheria start to take more of a beating as her owl form fades away. She's back to being a human, but back at full health. Is she an elf? I actually have no idea what Jaheria is. I've never looked at her ears closely. Oh yeah, there's some elf ears right there. She's at least half an elf. One of the guards moves down to Kalark and tries to rough him up a little bit. One of those attacks connecting really well, unfortunately. We are going to disengage on Minsc and just move him away from melee range. I think that's the most important thing for him. I'm going to move him to the back of the room, and he's just going to use his second wind as a bonus action to refill some of his HP there. 19 HP return. Now we see Lae'zel in execute range of one of the main guards. Swings with a 75% chance to hit, but unfortunately, it does not. The second one does, though. Third swing going out on the other guard, still here, and that's going to be a critical smite that goes off for nearly 100 damage. Because we killed the target, we have another great weapon master swing. So Lae'zel is going to finish off all of the guards still remaining at the door, and then I believe this is the lead guard that moved in from there. We see Sarevok continue his efforts to chase down Minsc, dealing 13 damage, 14 damage. Thank goodness we dodged one of those. Bro, Minsk's AC is 20, by the way. And I feel like he's still having a hard time dodging those attacks. This is kind of weird, isn't it? Jaheria and Clark are touching on the turn order. That's supposed to mean that I can do simultaneous turns, but for some reason Jahira's turn is taking priority over Clark's. I'm not sure why that is. We are going to enter the room as far as we can go towards Sarevok. I don't want to incur attack of opportunity, so we're going to stand pretty close. I'm going to try to thorn whip Sarevok away from Minsc. Unfortunately, he dodges it. Now on Clark's turn. Oh, was it because he was compelled to duel? Okay. Well, Clark opened up with a toppling flurry of blows. It seems as though the AI knows my plan pretty well. We're going to follow up, give myself advantage on that attack roll just to make sure it connects, although we should have already had advantage because the guy's prone. With another flurry, we take the target down, and then Clark moves in to attack rage. Minsc is once again going to disengage and just kite away. We're totally fine. We're going to sit back here. Lae'zel moves into the room. We are going to recast our Hex onto Sarevok. And she's going to fire off an Eldritch Blast into his back. 75% chance to hit. Two of them do. One of them even crits. Sarevok is frightened from that crit. He doesn't know what to do. He turns around and just starts swinging over and over and over into Clark. But he's just a bullet of green. Most of those attacks miss, and Clark even gets in a hit of his own. Vine Whip! Does not connect yet again. Clark lands a pretty solid punch on Sarevok, if I do say so myself. He's going to go in for a stunning attack here. It does not work, but he ends his turn. Now, Minsc reaches into his pocket and calls in boo. Everyone in their turn.
In death.
Dodge. You're good. Don't react. Dodge. You're good. You're good. Oh, you're not. Okay, you're good. You're good, dude. You're good, Clark. End your turn. We're going to pick up Boo, and we're going to throw it at Sarevok. Oh, my God. He healed a lot. Oh my God, and then it missed. I was playing for the memes. It's coming back to haunt me. We do get a critical hit from Minsc. Let me unend Lae'zel's turn. I don't know why it was ended. Lae'zel does have advantage on this. She's going to go in and start swinging. First one misses. Second one doesn't. And the final swing takes down Sarevok. Clark's like, what the fuck was that? Guys! Help! He gets back up to his feet, and the murder lord is defeated. If Sarevok didn't heal from killing Clark, it's possible that we could have got the Boo kill. That would have been really funny. I'm gonna drop a potion and just heal up my party, and then we'll loot these corpses. I'm not gonna lie, I expected there to be like a lot more dialogue there. I expected there to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of shit talking about the good old days. We find the Amulet of Baal. This is what allows us to enter the area that Orin the Red is in. We also find Sarevok's horned helmet. Honestly, one of the best helmets in the game. That is so good. As well as the Sword of Chaos, which on hit allows the wielder to regain 1 to 6 hit points. If you couple that with Roland's band, if you couple that with maybe the chest piece that I'm wearing on Clark, that could be a decent amount of health returned every single turn. That might be a fun build. Should we create our everlasting Dark Souls Knight in this game too? We have the Shield of the Undevout, which, again, you're supposed to have disadvantage on saving throws against your spells and actions that inflict fear. If you have fear in your setup, that is so crazy strong. Technically, we could get it in a few different spots. Astarion might be able to wield it, so we might be adding that into his kit. And then we have Blackguard's Plate. All incoming damage is reduced by 1, advantage on wisdom saving throws, and disadvantage on stealth. What's this door over on the west side? Oh, it's their jail. That makes sense. There is a key in here, but I don't know if there's anything inside of the actual jail cells. There's one of the flaming fists inside of here. Maybe he didn't take too kind. He doesn't have a head. Ooh. I'll just say maybe he didn't take too kindly to the initiation process down here, but it looks like they had their way with him. What about back here? This is his main office. Go ahead and help myself to a few knickknacks. 2 chests in here, but it doesn't look like anything too crazy. Scroll of Chain Lightning's pretty good, though. We'll save that for Gale. The real point of interest is over on the other side of the main chamber. Oh, I thought this was going to be a discovered thing. We have the key, so we open the keyhole, and through the door, we see the lead detective of all of the murder cases chained in the next room.
Get me out of here!
Now, normally, this murder trial could play out very differently, especially if you tell them you want to join their religion.
Free me at once!
This may or may not be your initiation. Kalark breaks the shackles.
Quickly. No idea what those Barlist Burks had planned with me, but those chains were starting to chafe. Though I do wish you'd figured this all out before I, put the blame for Father Lorgan's murder.
You're blaming me?
Poor refugee. Well, at least it's over now.
I'll wear your trunk as a necklace if you keep talking to me that way. How'd you end up here?
After our chat at Charet's Caress, I thought it best to polish off the bottle I'd started. I started coming over all woozy. My joints stiffened up quicker than a brothel browser's loins. Paralyzed. My vision went black. When I woke up, I was in chains.
I'm glad I didn't share a drink with him.
A terrible ordeal. One deserving of a drink. I bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round.
I got paralyzed drinking, and I think this calls for another drink. Are you sure we're finished? Do you think this is done?
You might not be finished. I am. It's plain to see that I'm well out of my depth here. But you gave these reprobates a proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Holyphant.
The orb is correct. Boo remembers the stench of the temple still.
Very good. Now, let's talk and find that temple.
Will do.
Foul as piss.
Thank you, friend.
I'm out of here.
Now, of course, we already know where that temple is. We have the waypoint just outside of it. We've looked at it many times. I think for now, our party will head back to the inn and get a little bit of rest. You know, we've spent a lot of time in the Elf Song Tavern, but I don't really know if we've explored it too much. We did a little bit of messing around in the kitchens, but I think there was more going on in that basement than just a few rats and a very lazy cat. Before hitting our head on the pillow, let's go back down there. I know the Emperor was shouting about something, I used to live here. You know, you'd think they would clean these up at some point.
On the other side, you'll find a passageway, known only to those invited to do business.
Passageway? Is it in one of the kegs?
Something over there.
Oh, we perceived something. Where was it? Oh, it was a button. Clark moves around the long way to go press the button. Unless I really can't fit through that? I don't know, dude. I'm pretty slender. That button opens up a doorway that leads into a secret area underneath the tavern itself. What? The psionic detector just went off, which means Vlaakith's forces are nearby. We move through the next door, and we immediately see the room filled with Githyanki.
Get rid of them, quickly.
We definitely need to do this quickly. Everybody get down.
In the meantime, tear every brick out if you have to.
We hear them speaking, and we also see portals on both the west and eastern side of the room. They are summoning in more reinforcements right now. We need to move. Clark breaks off from the party, sneaks around the left side. It's going to be his goal to take down... Oh, are they moving? It seems as though they are a little bit. Clark's jumping up right now. Hey, friend! How are you? All right, one portal has been closed. So far, Clark is the only person in this room in combat. We are going to grab that arrow out of the air and throw it back at the attacker, nearly taking him down in a single attack. We're seeing the other contestants of this battle beginning to dash over here. In fact, shadow stepping over. Ooh. Ooh. This is a high-level warrior here. We're going to toppling attack. Yes, with advantage. I need those attacks connecting. Parry does catch one, and I do have a stunning unarmed attack I can try. It does stun the target. I'm also going to try to stun the one next to me as well. It does not stun the target. Clark ends his turn. The Githyanki on the other side begin to dash over, although there is still a portal being opened over there. Lae'zel begins to move into action, as it does look like more reinforcements are beginning to join the battle. Lae'zel does everything she can to hop up to the high ground. Beautifully done, my queen. And she swings into the Gatemaster. All right, all of the portals are dealt with, and because I killed him in one attack, I'm not in combat. They are trying to cast Hold Person on Clark. If that lands, he is in a ton of trouble. Luckily, he's saved. He's going to counter that attack with a punch of his own, and Lae'zel, if this target moves away, has an attack of opportunity. We put an end to this Githyanki plot pretty fast. Vlaakith, you don't know who you're messing with! The archer does move down the stairs, but Lae'zel pursues and takes them down with ease. Now, back over on Clark's side, we see another ranged attack flying across the room towards Lae'zel, neither of them connecting. One of our targets is stunned, and we are going to see a toppling attack used on the other. Do another toppling attack on the one that was stunned before, and then our two punches to finish them off. Now, the one reinforcement that was summoned in, I believe, is this veteran Gish right here. Let's see what they do. Dashing around. Are they going to go for me? Yes, they are. Not choosing to fight Lae'zel. We are going to cast Hex on the archer here with our bonus action, and then Eldritch Blast this guy into atoms. God, he was just nothing but smoke there for a second as Lae'zel continues to approach. Now the final Githyanki is stuck between a rock and a hard place. I was going to say a rock and a monk. We go ahead and start stringing. Unfortunately, one was a critical miss. Toppling attack takes them down. Bro, that was child's play.
Let us hope she exhausts her forces soon.
Do these sell for anything? These silver swords just do not retain their value here. Now, originally, I was planning on giving these boots to Lae'zel because I thought the Githyanki bonuses on this would be fun. However, I think Lae'zel's jump, being able to knock down enemies, is still very, very valuable. And I don't think I'm going to be changing that. I wonder if Lacus summons in units like this in other places around the city. I've only ever been able to find this one. And I've seen this fight go very differently if you don't close those portals quick. We did very, very well. Now as our party gathers together again, and Minsc and Jaheria know the full capabilities of their adventuring companions, we move to the north side of the room.
Something over there.
Something over...
That's curious.
There! Opens up the door, and this is the secret hideout of the Emperor.
Look around.
Before
Find some of my things.
he began to help us. You get little tidbits of what his life may have been before as you go around the room. And this is a horrible experience in multiplayer. I highly recommend, if you're playing this with your friends, have one investigator. Otherwise, every single thing you interact with, if you have 4 players with you, it's going to say it 4 times and just stack it on top of each other.
What's that?
A unique shell.
A shell. A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
We also have the Cerebral Citadel armor. This is the Mind Flayer gear. Very valuable. I'm going to take that and I'm going to sell it. His gloves, not too bad either. Charm or Frighten a creature to get a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws. We'll go ahead and pick those up too.
That's curious.
Oh, I just detected that there was a wardrobe. Good job, Clark. I'm proud of you. He even talks about his old cutlery, I believe, if you get close enough.
That's curious.
My cutlery set. A gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still.
Is this squid still trying to make me sympathize with him? Stelmane's portrait.
There she is, in all her glory. Jubelin Stelmane, my old partner.
It's not gonna work on me. Hey, what are these chains for?
I used to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could.
I noticed there's an empty brain jar here, squid.
An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
Fiddlehead soup.
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that.
And why do you have a dog collar? Did you eat this, squid?
Rascal's collar. My poor four-legged friend. Their lives are so brief, so simple, and yet full.
Man's best friend. Maybe even Githyanki's best friend. Hey, where does this hatch go? Does this go down to the sewers? That would make sense if that's how he was moving around. Does it? Yes, lower city sewers. All right, well, I've been in this stench long enough. I don't feel a need to continue to rummage around in this waste. Let's head back to our room. We've explored enough of the inn for today. I wish I could have jumped through one of those portals, brought the fight to Vlakith. That would have been really epic.
Jaheria, Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
What's wrong, Jaheria?
Hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult, and if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsc and Boo greet cheek with hand.
You greet cheek with hand. I like how Lae'zel joined on this too. She's like, what are you guys yelling about? I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to listen.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsc. The city under siege. Its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened.
You're the only one Minsc listens to, though, remember? I mean, other than the hamster. This is only a 10. We should be able to do Come on, Kalark. Am I really about to use inspiration on this, my dude? Get it right! Thank you. Slightly better.
You mean the doppelgangers? It is no comfort to me that my face made this fool all the easier to lead. The point remains. You meant well, Minsc. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsc falls short of the understanding, Jaheria. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waclaren?
The Wicklaren, wise women of Rashomon, each bonded to a berserker bodyguard for life. There is no higher title nor deeper bond in all Rashomon custom.
I wonder how Kalark knew that.
Minsc, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsc, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself.
A little bit.
The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsc does as Minsc does, and charges in to make a mess, Jaheria does as Jaheria does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
By the way, him calling himself a berserker is why I was a little confused about what his class was. Because he was a ranger when we recruited him, but a berserker is a barbarian subclass. Either way, that's actually kind of sweet. You two are so charming. I'm glad Lae'zel's here with me to watch you two bicker.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside the Waclaren again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo?
Hey, I will give you as much ointment as you need for Boo. Ah, no! No, give me, I don't want to be here!
They say that home is where a person can be their truest selves, without guile, without pretense. You did well to see off the Githyanki who had invaded mine. And now that you have seen where I come from, you know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters. The flavors of my favorite fiddlehead soup, should you wish to experience it for yourself.
That's why you brought me here? Why am I smiling?
My old companion rascal. The garments with which I concealed and later constructed my appearance as the Emperor. We spoke of my relationship with Duke Berlin Stillmane, a story I have told no one else. I have no more secrets from you. No need to resort to subterfuge. We are true allies now.
Man, he's really trying to lay it on thick.
A common goal.
Okay. You do a great impression of a human, but you are not fooling me, Squid.
Your distrust of me will be your undoing. Would it make a difference if I let you read my thoughts?
Please don't show me your thoughts. I've been there before and I didn't like it.
Good. Then you understand why I had to do what I did. It was for your own good. The only way we were ever going to get close enough to the brain to destroy it was by working together. But few would trust a mind flayer. So I did what I had to convince you. I studied you. Your motivations, your actions, your desires. I deduced the best way to align your goals with my own.
You tried to control me.
I needed your absolute dedication to the cause. I anticipated the challenge, and I anticipated your resistance. What I didn't anticipate was how exhausting you would be. You were stubborn, antagonistic. You didn't want to listen. You even tried to kill me.
Let me get this straight. You're now complaining about being stuck with me? Then what is the point of this?
Antagonistic to the very end. But you made your choices. Such is the burden of freedom. And now we must move on. Elderbrain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, it has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city, it is well on its way to becoming indestructible. You should reconsider your attachment to your physical form. You have seen what an illithid can do.
Absolutely not.
Imagine some of that could be in your grasp. Not enough to warp your appearance beyond recognition, but just enough to enhance your potential. And believe me, it will radically increase our chances of success against the Elderbrain. Think on it.
I have my own plans to radically increase our chances of success. I'll have you know, I have my own enlightened plan. I don't need you, Squid! I hate dreaming about the squid. Can we stop dreaming about the squid? Am I dead? No, we woke up. Good. A new day and a new set of challenges lie ahead. Tomorrow, we bring the fight to Orin the Red. I'll see you then. Take care.